Hey kids, it's your Uncle Bill. How you doing today? Great! I'm doing good too. And you know what? Today is part 2 of Thumbelina. You ready? Here we go. Now, if I remember right, Thumbelina was on the lily pad floating along down the river. Is that right? Okay, alright. So, now she was saying, "Oh my goodness, this lily pad is going so slowly. I hope the bullfrogs don't catch me." She looked over and she saw the bullfrogs coming at her and she said, "Oh no, help me, help me." And a butterfly was floating along up above and he saw her down there and he came swooping down and he said, "Hello, missus. What can I do for you?" And Thumbelina said, "Oh, my name is Thumbelina. Please, Mr. Butterfly, help me. I need to get to shore as fast as possible so I can get home to my mama." And the butterfly said, "Well, don't you worry. I will fly you there. Now just toss me your sash and I'll pull you along." And she did. She threw that sash at the butterfly. The butterfly caught it and put it over his shoulder, and he flapped, 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 all the way to shore. But right before he got there, do you know what happened? There was a flying beetle overhead, and he looked down at Thumbelina on that lily pad, and he said, "She looks like she could be a mighty fine wife." Mm-hmm. And he zoomed down, and he grabbed Thumbelina, and he carried her off in his hand, and he flew to his nest, and he put it down, and he said, "Hello, miss. You're going to be my wife. Would you like some honey?" Now, he decided to host a party to celebrate him finding a new wife. And all his beetle friends came in and they said, "What is this? This is a little woman, not a beetle. Why are you marrying a little woman? Beetles and women do not marry." And the beetle was hurt, and he said, "Huh, that's not very nice of you to say. I think she's a fine wife." And they all went home, and they thought, "Wow, what a silly beetle." And he was sitting there thinking on his porch, and he said, maybe they're right. Oh well. So he took Thumbelina and he said, "You're not my wife no more." And he flew down and put her on a flower. He said, "Bye-bye." And he flew away. This was a very mean and irresponsible beetle. He just didn't know what he wanted. There she was, all alone on a flower, but she was very happy she was free again and didn't have to marry, bullfrog or beetle. Nope, she knew. She now had promise. So, she, for the whole summer, just kind of hung out now down by those flowers, and she ate dew, or she drank dew, I should say, and she ate some seeds just like the mice do, and she lived, and she loved it. She loved the summer. Now, as we all know, summer does not last forever, and it got cold. It got so cold, and she was shivering. She was walking. She decided to try to find somewhere warm. She was almost a frozen stiff when she came along a little mouse's house. Now this was good because the mouse ate the same thing that Thumbelina ate. At least similar. Seeds and nuts and berries. And Thumbelina ate seeds and nuts and berries, and they both drank water. It was perfect. So, Thumbelina said to the mouse, "Mr. Mouse, please let me stay here for the winter. I know it won't be much trouble. I'll do the cooking and the cleaning and sing." And the mouse said, "Okay. I love singing. Sing for me." And Thumbelina sang. And like I said, I won't try to imitate Thumbelina because it was the most beautiful thing and I would be doing it a disservice. But Thumbelina sang for the mouse, and the mouse was like, "Wow, that's amazing. All right, you can stay. And you can stay and cook and sing. But make sure you sing. Mm-hmm. Sing for me every day. Okay." And she did. And they lived together in the mouse's house, and they ate delicious food, and Thumbelina sang, and the mouse played the fiddle, and they were so happy throughout the winter. Now, one spring morning, the mouse said to Thumbelina, "Today we are having a guest." And do you know who that guest is? He is the mole. And the mole came and he said, "Hello, Mr. Mouse. How are you today?" And the mouse said, "I'm great. Allow me to introduce to you Thumbelina." And the mole said, "Very nice to meet you. Okay. Now what?" And the mouse said, "Well, let's have a conversation." And Thumbelina and the mouse and the mole all talked. And the mole said, "This is a very nice house you have, Mr. Mouse." And the mouse said, "Thank you, sir. I keep it clean, as does Thumbelina. She is so good at keeping a clean house and a tasty meal, and she sings most beautifully. Would you like to hear?" And the mole said, "I guess so. Sing for us, Thumbelina." And Thumbelina said, sorry, I said I wouldn't imitate it, and I won't. That's right. Well, anyways, Thumbelina sang, and Mr. Mole really appreciated her singing. But Thumbelina thought he was a little boring, just making her sing and whatnot, and not providing any interesting conversation for her. So Mr. Mole went home, and Mouse and Thumbelina joined him on his stroll out to the house, and on their way, they were walking through dirt tunnels below the surface. They found a dead sparrow. Now, do you know what a sparrow is? A sparrow is a bird that flies all over. He's beautiful, and he sings a little bit, but mostly he's just really dashing and handsome. Now, the mole and the mouse looked at the sparrow and they said, "Ew, ew, that looks like a dead bird. Smelly." "I don't want to see that anymore. Let's walk." But Thumbelina said, "Oh no, that poor bird, he looks frozen solid." And she put her ear down by the bird's beating heart, and she heard thump, 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 thump. She said, "He's alive." And the mole and the mouse said, "We don't care. He's already dead, and if he isn't yet, he will be soon. Leave him." But Thumbelina didn't leave him. You know what happened? Well, she took that bird and she put a nice warm blanket over it. And he slowly got better, and she gave him some melted snow, and she gave him some birds, some seeds and berries for him to eat. And by and by, he got better and better and better. And when he could speak again, he said, "Miss Thumbelina, you are so amazing. Thank you. I want to fly away." And Thumbelina said, don't fly yet, Mr. Sparrow. Don't fly yet. Please, wait for spring, where it'll be warm again." And Mr. Sparrow said, "Okay, I will. I promise." And he did. He waited till spring, and he flew away. And Thumbelina said, "Don't forget me." Now, just that next day, do you know what happened? Well, Mr. Mole was at the house again, and he said, Thumbelina, I have a proposition for you. And Thumbelina said, oh no, here we go again. I would like you to be my wife. And Mr. Mouse said, oh my goodness gracious, what a fantastic idea. You and the Mr. Mole would be most marvelous a couple. Thumbelina thought, no, sir, I am not doing that. What a terrible idea. But I don't know what else I could do. Mr. Mouse will kick me out if I don't accept. And so she said, I will consider it. For but a day, Mr. Mole. Please, I find the offer most, flattering. It is most flattering, and I shall consider it for one day. Then you shall have my answer, Mr. Mole. And the Mole thought, she's playing hard to get. All right, I will step up to the plate and win her heart. But secretly, Thumbelina did not want to get married. At least not to Mr. Mole. And that ends part 2 of Thumbelina. We got part 3 tomorrow. Thanks for listening, everybody. Have a great day.